this is Rich Lavens of Eurotherm by Watlow, and we had a question come in on the tech support line regarding an EPC3000 series, and they wanted to know how you changed from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So I'm going to show you how to do this through the controller, and then come back and also show you how to do it through the iTools configuration software. So we have our page key, our enter key, and our down and up arrows. So we're going to take the page key and we're just going to hold that down. Keep holding it. When you see it go to level 3, quickly up arrow and go to config and then hit enter. And it's going to ask you for a passcode. So the code is 0, 0, 0, and the last digit should be a 4. And we're going to hit enter. So now we're in configuration and our passcode is correct. So now we're going to have a little button pushing. So we're going to take this page key and we're just going to toggle it until we get to the instrument header. So we're at instrument, and you can tell by all that toggling, it's really easy to overshoot it. And instead of going all the way back around, hold that page key down and hit the up arrow, and it backs you up one parameter. So in here we have our instrument and list. We're going to hit enter. Under the info tab is where we want to be. If you hit the up down key, you have some other selections, but stay in info, hit enter. There's our language. This is English. Hit it one more time. There's your degree in units. So Fahrenheit, Kelvin, Celsius, hitting the up and down key takes you to the other parameter, or not parameters, other selections. But anyway, you'd set that up for degrees Fahrenheit. That's it. So we're going to hit the page key and we're going to log back out. Just keep holding it. When it goes to level 1, hit the enter key. So one thing to keep in mind, when you're in that configuration level, as a safety, the controller's outputs and PID are disabled. So you got to remember to log back out or it won't control the process. That's really it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpower this. And I'm going to connect to this with what we call our configuration cable. And the configuration cable plugs into a port on the side of the controller right here. It's a little 5-pin port, special little connector. We're going to connect into that. On the other end of that is a USB dongle that plugs into your PC. So you don't want to power from the PC and from your supply voltage at the same time. They kind of fight each other. So anyway, we've got it plugged in here. You can see the display is lit, but it's not quite as bright. That's because it's powering it from the USB with 5 volts. So now let's jump over to the software and I'll show you how to do the same thing. Okay, we're back at my PC and iTools is a free download from the Eurotherm.com or Watlow.com websites. I have mine loaded, so we are going to go up to Eurotherm iTools. So in your start menu is one way to get to it. So Eurotherm iTools, and then we want to select iTools Engineering Studio. It'll take a second to boot up here. I'm using what we call the configuration cable or the CPI clip. If your unit's enabled with Ethernet, you can also use that. I'll put a picture of the programming cable, the CPI clip cable, at the end of the video. Anyway, we are going to hit the scan button here in iTools. And we are going to connect via the CPI clip. So we're going to hit OK. And the light on the end of the cable should start flashing, red and green. You're transmitting, receiving. Up here, it's synchronizing with the controller. When it's done synchronizing, you will get a little blue cube here representing the instrument. It'll tell you what COM port you're on and then the instrument series. Until that's done synchronizing, you cannot do anything. So we can only change between Fahrenheit and Celsius in the configuration level. Hitting this access button up here basically does the same thing as I showed you on the controller by logging into configuration. So we're going to hit access, and it's going to kind of warn you about being in the configuration level. And it says that you're disconnected from active processes. It kind of goes back to what I said earlier, but we're going to say yes. We can tell we're in configuration up here with a yellow background and a black wrench. So that's how you kind of know where you're at. We're going to go into this parameter explorer here, and we're going to click on the instrument block. And then right here, again, kind of going with the flow of the controller, we had to toggle to this, but right here is your temperature units, Celsius, Fahrenheit, or Kelvin. So I'm already in Fahrenheit. We're just going to leave it there. And once that's done, we're going to come back up here to our access mode. We're going to click it again. And that will cause your controller to reboot, just like it did in the video on the instrument. And once it's rebooted, our access goes back to where it was. Another thing, if you're using iTools, is anything in blue font is read-only. If you toggle this, we'll go back to where it was. You can see that certain things change to black font. So black font is read-write, blue font is read-only, and depending on your access level, you will see some of those parameters change from one type of font to another. So just a heads up. Anyway, I think that's all I had, but hope you found this helpful. But if you have any questions, please drop us an email or give us a call. Thank you.